Trina. Okay. So you're live now.
Yeah, we are live. Okay, we are live now. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the live session. I'm Felicia, and I'm excited to be here with all of you today. And we have a special guest for today. I forgot. Now in Malaysia, we are about 9, 12 in the morning, whereas in Canada is nighttime now. And so we are so glad that this morning I have a special guest joining me. She's Tehmina, who has a wealth of experience and insights to share with us. And Tehmina is currently residing in Canada, and she has a very impressive background, including her former career, where I come to know her through the webinar as well. She's in banking, and she has also been a wonderful, wonderful host and co-host in our Tuesday, at least most of the Tuesday, core fundamental webinars. And so I'm so thrilled to have her here with us. And without further ado, I would like to invite Tehmina to come to the stage with us. So, welcome, Tehmina.
Hi, Felicia. How are
Hi,
you?
hi. I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you for accepting my invitation. Though it's just a few days, and you were very quickly to say sure. So I'm so happy that. Um, so before we dive into our discussion, Tehmina, could you please introduce yourself and share a little bit more about your background to our audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for inviting me, and a huge hello to all your followers, whoever is going to be watching us live or a recording. So hi to all of you. And about myself, as Felicia said, I actually live in Canada. I live in very close to Niagara Falls, Ontario, and I'm originally from India. I've been in Canada 22 years, and coming to Canada as a new immigrant, I came here with my two boys. They were really young at that time. Now they're in their 20s and they're, working, and they've moved out. Both of them live in Vancouver. When I came initially, I like any other immigrant, I had to get whatever job I could. So my initial experience in Canada, with regards to work and everything, was in customer service. After that, after doing that for a little while, my husband always wanted me to get some kind of an upgrade and things like that. So I decided to go back to school. So I did that for a year, full-time school for HR management. This is back in 2010. And then after that, I started working one of the top 5 banks in Canada. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah. So, thanks to this business, I actually started this back in 2020, but I was looking for a, plan B side hustle, so to speak, right when the pandemic hit. And thanks to this business, I have been a job quitter. I managed to quit my job that I had been doing for 9 years at that point. And yeah, and this is what I do primarily, and I absolutely love it. And it has literally changed my life around completely. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself.
Thank you so much, Tehmina. That's very interesting background. Oh, you've been 9 years with the bank, right?
Yeah, I was working for since 2012. I had been working in the banking area, so just over 8 years, up close to 9 years. Yeah.
Okay. Um, so thank you so much. And well, I'm sure we are ready right now. We would like to hear more. And I have three questions today for our special guest. Shall we then we start with our first? Um, So, Tehmina, can you share with us through your transition from a banking line to your current role and to the current business that you are involving yourself in as a full time, right?
Yes. So my role in banking, as I said, I started working there in 2012, and everything was going great. My husband also has a very good job. But at the end of the day, we started realizing that when you have a job, it does not increase. The paycheck does not increase to match with inflation, right? So we had a lot of expenses and things that we were just barely able to pay, and we were not able to make any savings at all. That was one of the main reasons that I started realizing that I needed to find something else. Also, my job in the bank was not an annual salary, which means if I didn't show up for work, I wouldn't get paid. So it was like an hourly kind of a thing. And also, I did not have any paid vacation. So it was very difficult for me to take time off and things like that, whether it was for health issues or even to go away back home to India and things. The other thing also, I had an elderly parent living with us. So my husband's mom, she is living with us, and realized that even for her, that I needed to be at home. She's around 80 years old. She's 83 now. So that was one of the main reasons I started looking for something else. I did explore other options in the online space like Amazon, drop shipping, and those kind of things. But what I liked about this business when I compared it to other things that I came across was that this was a done for you system. And that's what I liked, especially when you're working in a job and you're starting something new. You don't want to have to try to figure out everything on your own. The challenge with Amazon and things was that you were getting the training, but then after that you still had to figure everything out yourself. Like what are you going to sell, what inventory you're going to get and things. What I liked about this business was the fact that everything was done for you. So I decided to explore it. I got introduced to it through a Facebook group that I was on. I didn't see anybody's ad, but I was just got, my mentor was on this Facebook group that I was on, and that's how I learned about it. And I explored it. I realized that this is something that's amazing. And so I did decide to do it. Initially, when I started, I thought, okay, I would do this for some time and eventually, quit my job. But I saw the potential, and although I had not started really making a lot of money, but I did quit my job within 6 months of coming across this
Oh,
business.
I see.
Yeah, and it was really because of my husband's support. Like it was not that I was like, oh, I started making so much money, and I'm like, I'll quit. No, it's because I knew the potential was there, and I knew I'd be able to do it really well. And he was the one who said, you know what, why don't you just quit and just concentrate on this? So, I mean, you don't need that much time. You don't have to quit your job to do this. But in my case, it worked for me. And that's the reason I did that. And it's been an absolute blessing. Like it has really, really, allowed me to do a lot of things that I was not able to do prior. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. That's very interesting. Oh, you actually quit. I didn't know you actually quit your job before we start, seeing some income coming
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Well, that's another small risk that you are strong, and I believe that you move along with your heart's conscience and telling
Yes.
you do
Yes.
something and you go ahead. There's a kind of confidence or kind of
Yeah, it's a
belief.
leap of faith. It's a complete leap of faith that I took. But see, I would not have been able to do it if I did not have my husband's income coming in or his support, right?
Mm,
So it was
yeah.
really good that he said, because when I went to school that one year, I was not working. So he was like, we survived on one paycheck at that time. So we can survive again. Why don't you just quit? So, yeah.
I
And funnily enough, he was like skeptical when I started. So that's another story because I didn't tell him in the beginning. I just told him I'm going to start something new because I was trying different things. I told him almost a month after. I said, okay, I'm doing something new. I'll tell you after I start. So when I told him about it, he was like, he wasn't. Then he realized the potential. And he was the one who kind of encouraged me to quit my job. So yeah,
Wow, that was just a month later after you joined the business. It's pretty fast, actually.
No, I told
So,
my husband a month later. I quit my job 6 months later. So July is when I started, July 2020.
mm,
Quit my job in Jan 2021. Yeah.
okay, I got it. Wow. Okay, thank you so much. And let's move on with our second. So, can you share with us also, because you've been hosting the Tuesday Core Fundamental webinars, can you share with us the insights from hosting these webinars? What are the challenges or what you faced?
Um, okay, so first and foremost, like the core fundamentals, we end up calling them masterminds, not really the webinars, because the webinars determines it, the free webinars that we have, right? So with the masterminds, I actually took on this role very new, because I joined the co-fundamental team. When was that? It's been over a year now. Sometime last year, early last year, and when I joined, the people that were actually in charge of it, they were planning to step down because they were moving from Canada. They were moving to a different country, and they decided to step down. And they asked me, I don't know what potential they saw in me, but touch wood, it's been great. So for me, the challenge was because I came on not only as a host, but I'm actually coordinating that team as well. So there are times, like initially we were finding our own presenters and things like that. We have such a huge community. So, slowly I've been able to kind of figure out a way, with support from our founders as well, that are the founders of our community. They supported me a lot. And so now I've got two teams. I've got a team of hosts, and I've got a team of admin support team that actually helps me find presenters, because we have a community, global community. We have people from different walks of life with different experiences, and all of them come on our core fundamentals, which is basically to newbies. And we have 5 different topics that we rotate through for training our newbies. And we have people within the community that come and share their secrets and things like that. So challenge wise is just the only challenge I have sometimes is presenters are not able to show up and things like that. So that you literally happens every week. And it's funny you ask me that, because tomorrow is our core fundamentals. And so we have 2 presenters who present on a particular topic. And this week, our topic is branding and social media presence. And then we also have a journey of a business owner who's reached a certain milestone. Both our presenters for the topic were missing in action. And so in the last 2 days, luckily that my admin supporting, we were able to find 2 different presenters who are going to actually do the do the core fundamentals tomorrow. So that's the only challenges I have, but it's been really an amazing journey, because I am in this role. I get to meet such amazing people within our community all over the globe. I was fortunate to go for a convention in Calgary. I've been for business meetings in Montreal, Quebec area, and of course I'm in Toronto as well. So I've in person gotten to meet a lot of these people, just because I'm part of the core fundamentals. A lot of people kind of recognize me as well. So it's been an absolute pleasure being able to do that. Yeah, so that's what.
Yeah. It must be very wonderful and amazingly to meet them from online to the offline space. Yeah, I could see all the tears from the video that I watched. So you were mentioning that where the challenge that you have sometimes when you already uh, invited them and probably there's a last minute they couldn't make it thing. Probably just suggestions that maybe we could next time we have some standby then.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
we've got those in place as well. So we have things like we're trying to set things up in motion. But yeah, hopefully things will work out.
yeah.
They do work out in the end.
Okay. Hopefully it will go smooth in the coming days. People will, uh, you know, yes, they will surely to show up. So thank you again, and let's move on. Um, I would like to find out what is Tehmina. What's your perspective or advice that you give to those who are aspiring to become an entrepreneur?
Um, See, the thing is that first and foremost, becoming an entrepreneur, you get a lot of freedom and those kind of things, but it does come with a lot of responsibility as well. And you have to be very disciplined. I always tell people that you need to have a strong reason for doing anything, whether it's your job or whether it's a business or anything that you are exploring. You need to know why exactly do you want to do that. I guess some people are built just to do jobs because that's how they like to do. But if you have that kind of streak where I want to do something or I want to do something different or I want to, say bye to my boss and, have the freedom to get up and go, whenever I want, or I want to be able to work from anywhere and all those things, whatever your reason, uh, you have to realize that there are certain kind of as I said, discipline and things. Sorry, okay, there you go. I thought she just went off the screen. So these kind of things. So our business, what I love about it is that, especially, and I'm going to just talk with regards to our business because we can talk about a lot of different entrepreneur opportunities. With our business, what I really like is that we have our full training set up in such a way that it works on your mindset. It gets you, in that goal oriented mindset as well. We have a lot of books that we recommend, and then the training itself is so step by step that it allows you to manage that along with any other things that you might be doing. You could be a stay at home mom with young kids and you have limited time, or you could be doing a full time job. It could be whatever. So our business is catering to all kinds of people. As long as you're 18 and above, anybody can do it, as long as you have a very good why that keeps you motivated to show up every day. That's what's
Mm.
very important. And with entrepreneurship, the beauty that I have found is that not only am I able to take 6 weeks off, like I was gone last year from November, early November to mid December. I was gone 6 weeks traveling all over the Middle East, and my business was running in the background, and I was able to meet a lot of business owners in person while I was on my trip as well. So those kind of things I'm only able to do because I own my own business, and it's not a business like a brick and mortar one where you're stuck in one place, right? It's an
Yeah,
online business. It
true.
gives you so much flexibility to work at your own time, to work from anywhere you like, to give as much or as little time that you want to put in. But then on the other hand, there are certain things that you do have to do, and to get that success over there. So the art business, I love it because I have people within my own team that are in different ages. I have somebody who's over 60s. I have somebody who's just 21 and doing this business, and everybody comes with their own kind of their own. Everybody is unique in their own way, so they bring their own special personality, so to speak, and things like that. And our
Mm.
business allows them to actually blossom and build something sustainable that can last for a very, very long time. So anybody that is aspiring to become an entrepreneur, I would highly recommend them to check our system out because you can do it along with whatever you're doing right now, right? And you can slowly build it up, and then you decide if it's a job that you need to quit, then you can decide to quit the job. Or if you're sitting at home and you really don't know what to do with your life, this is something that will give you a purpose, right, to get going. And another beautiful thing about our business is the community that we belong to. We're always a part of this beautiful supportive community, and so when you are growing, you're helping others grow as well, right? So that is another very nice thing in our business. So those are
Yeah,
the things I highly recommend people to check out. And you never know, this could be the thing that you've been looking for. So I always tell people, like, sometimes things come across our way and we might ignore them, and that could have been that one thing that could have completely turned your life around. So I'm glad, like, when it came across my path, I didn't ignore it, and I actually pursued it, and here I am 4 years later. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's thank you for that. As I was hearing your sharing, there's a lot went through in my mind as well. I've seen some of them were very young at the age of 23.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
already, I mean, they don't need to work at a full time place.
No.
Even we have many coaches where how they start off with some of them are juggling with three works, not three jobs. Some of them even were, I mean, they were actually excel in their career
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
But what makes them looking for some plan B was that they some of them were actually trying to retire early
Yeah.
because that paycheck to paycheck is a very fixed income.
Yeah.
And moreover, I myself, I experienced that before 30 years in the bank. And then we work all the way from ranking, and as you go up higher, and then your responsibility starts to adding, and it even requires us to sit in a bank in for a long hours.
Yeah.
Even when we come back, we still have a lot of things running in our mind.
Yeah.
So that's are all the things that we're going through. And you imagine when we start to work at the age, I start to work at the age of 18 plus,
Yeah.
because right after, as in Malaysia, we call it SPM. So after my SPM, I straight away, I got into, this is my third job in the banking.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, I started off when I was waiting for my results. I went into temporarily as a kindergarten teacher, and I actually love it actually. But somehow I ended up in a banking line, and started with my family, and children start growing, and you start establishing your family, your assets, and all these. And so it's the commitment one after another, and it's sort of because of all these, we are sort of quite tied up when
Yeah.
we start having commitment, all this. And
Yeah.
actually along the way, that when I was working, I was thinking, what else can I do, what else can I do?
Yeah.
So I actually have no idea what else can I do, except
Yeah.
probably I would try out to be a tutor and go back as a teaching. But that would actually, if you're talking about savings and retirement, that would be a very slow pace for saving up for retirement.
Yeah.
So, like as what you said, uh, this business has been very fun actually, and it's very
It has. It is.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned a lot of things that were even to handle uh, go live like this. We never do it before, and it's quite strange, and it's really true that we have to really step out in faith and out from our comfort zone, in knowing that we actually can still grow, and there's something
Yeah.
even more interesting. And as we go along with the business, we start to learning a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it's giving you a mind that it is absolutely an unending learning.
Yeah.
I When I jump into this business, then I begin to have a kind of more relaxing time, because we are more in control. We can have our time to do our reading, our gardening, spend time with our children.
Yeah.
And no doubt my children is also grown, but I still have my youngest one is still in college. Needs more monitoring on him. So I thank you so much, Tehmina. I believe that we have many more stories in behind how we went through it. But that's how wonderful the business is.
Yeah.
And I am still hoping to help many more people who are really stressful in their long hours job,
Yeah.
and where especially those who are just got married, they have their small kids and baby, where they have to leave them and have to go for work. So you
Yeah.
have to survive, right?
Yeah.
So like what you said, you have your husband's support, and so you just very quickly, you have a very clear conscience and decisions that you decided to drop your job.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
here we are right now, and that's how we meet also. uh, I really admire and been inspired every time when we watch the mastermind from many people around in the global, from many countries. Their life story is even much more
Yeah.
challenging than what
Yes.
I've been through.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
that really encourage us.
Yes.
So if
Yeah.
they can do it, why not?
Absolutely.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
anybody can do it. It's like what you said just now, your big why. Why
Yeah.
you do something that you do. You must have a purpose, and
Yeah.
just look that in the next 2 to 5 years, where will you be? Will you still be doing the same job all the time? And probably you'll be moving to other departments. And but you see, the stages of growth is just, I would say, it's just stagnant there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It is
thank you
that.
so much
Thank
again. I think that will be our session for today. But before this, Tehmina, do you have any short, maybe probably a takeaway share to our audience?
The only thing I can say is that when you're doing something like this in an entrepreneur journey, especially like Felicia said, and even for myself, when you have zero experience and you're doing something on your own, the challenge becomes is that you not only are you learning, but you want somebody to support you. And our community, what I like about it is that you're never alone. You always have somebody that you can reach out to. You have your direct mentor and coach who's there to guide you. And one of my favorite things is that, alone you can go fast. You know, alone you can go fast because you try to do things on your own usually. But when you have somebody with you, you can go really far, right? So, and that is the main goal in our business, is that we have a community that is going to support you. They're going to guide you. So even if you think that you're going to start something on your own, you may start something and you'll be, maybe doing it for some time, but then you might get I don't know, get challenges or give up. But
Yeah.
when you have somebody, a supportive community who's there to guide you and hold your hand throughout the whole process, then you can really go far and you can really succeed in life. So that's what is the beauty of what we are offering, is that we come with a lot more than just offering you the initial opportunity, but it's actually a complete business in a box that gets you set up for success. So that's the only thing I'd like to share today. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you again. So that's it for us today. Thank you, Temina, for your sharing and your valuable
Most
perspective
welcome.
and your experiences with us today. It's been truly inspiring to hear about your journey
Thank
and the
you.
wisdom that you gained along the way.
Thank you
And
so
so,
much.
to our wonderful audience, thank you for joining us and for your engagement throughout this our session. So, we hope that you found it as an enlightening and motivating as we did. So if you have any further questions or you would like to connect with with us, do reach out. Your first step will be that if you were to sign up in my website that is showing at the banner
Yeah.
and watch our 90 minutes free webinar and jot down if you still have any further questions and we will be uh, delighted to help you with it. Okay, so stay tuned for our next session, and until then, keep striving and towards your goals and your dreams. Have a great day, everyone.
All
Thank you,
right. Take care.
Tamina.
Thank you so much for having me. Take care. All the very best.
Yeah, see you.
Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Tamina, again.
Bye
Bye.
bye.